So I've just gotten past the hardest part yet. It was this rock climb direct up from water, which I couldn't have done with my bags. Luckily I had this rope, this kind of rope from my blanket, and so I tied all my crap to the rope and the other end to my wrist, climbed up, and then pulled it up. And the rope didn't break, thankfully. But there's no other way to get past this part. The other side is kind of just as bad. There's ropes up here, but there's no ropes actually touching the water. I might change that before I go. Holy smokes. Day 4. It's coming on 4 o'clock. I'm gonna probably crash at the next place. It looks good. I think it's New Year's Eve. I'm not sure. Woo-hoo! Hello from Jungle Hammock. I start to get a little stingy on food because I've got 5 more cans of tuna, about 5 chocolate bars, and 2 bags of Gorp. But if it's gonna take me maybe 6 more days, but oh, get ready for a treat. I found this at one of the Haitian camps. You know, it's like an anti-diarrhea thing, but all it really is salt and sugar. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna mix it up. Mix it up with 1 of my liters of treated water, and it's gonna be a big night here in the tent. I wish you were here to join me. Could have a party. Oh, getting towards the end of day 5. It's about 3 o'clock. I'm gonna take my 3 o'clock swim, and then see if I can maybe go another hour. Bugs are bothering me a lot today. I got stung also on the leg by something, I don't know what. I had to do some pretty dangerous stuff today. I'll just leave it at that. I found a cool ring. I also found a ring yesterday and a dog tag. And my belt is broken. And yeah, today's been a lot up in the jungle. I'm happy to be back by the river. That's about all I got for you. See ya. Yeah, I had to turn the phone back on for this. I just came up over this ridge. I mean, remember, I'm like 3, 4, 5 days from anywhere. And there's this cross for Alejandro Peña and Carlos Gutierrez. I'll have to Google that when I get back. And I don't know if it's halfway, but the whole place is littered with money. Everyone is, look at this, I'll turn the phone. It's mostly coins, but it's also bills and like religious things. I don't know how much money would be here. Bibles. Every single country probably you could possibly imagine. It's kind of like what I'm trying to do on the nature trail. Times 1,000. Cool. Okay, it's day 6, and wow, my mind is kind of whirling. The landscape has changed. The sky's gotten big, really different today. And again, you can go with the river if you can, or you have to go elsewhere. And I was elsewhere, and I got to a swamp, and everything was beeped. And then I found this path, and I was going through the jungle, and then I came out of the jungle and got back to the river, and all of a sudden I could hear a motor. And then I didn't know whether to hide, and then I just waited and watched. And then I saw like a pole above the kind of horizon, and I was like, beep, they're close. And I wish I could have gotten the camera out on time, but the military doesn't really like cameras anyway. It was the military, there's 5 of them in one, and then a few minutes later it was 4 or 5 of them in the next. And they knew about me. They'd heard about me from the reporting from the border guard. Anyway, they put me onto the shady side of the bank. They've gone up the river to drop off some of their guys, and then they tell me to just wait here for an hour, and they're gonna come back down the river, pick me up, and give me a ride to Bajo Chiquito. Bajo Chiquito, I guess, is the first village. I kind of think they were on the lookout for me, but they gave me the best treatment because they think I'm doing a documentary. So that's the best thing I could have said. I'll sign off because I'm running low on everything. And I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully maybe from civilization. Good morning. I'm in Bajo Chiquito now, where Raul and a woman brought me down to yesterday. I'm waiting to try to hitch a ride with the next boat that leaves downriver. Meanwhile, I'm being put up kind of by the army, and they've looked all through my passports, taking pictures, but no one can actually stamp me in. So hopefully I can get down to Lajas Blancas, and that's gonna maybe take place. The first boat was gonna go 6 o'clock this morning, but it is now maybe gonna go at 11, and if not, the army might give me a ride down. So fingers crossed, maybe get to Lajas Blancas today, maybe get checked into Panama, where I've been for almost a week, and from there, I think there's a branch that connects to the Pan American. We'll have to wait and see. So there was an error in my clerical work, and I've been chucked in an immigration camp for the night. Hopefully just for the night. I'm working through it. Okay, it's not a stamp in the passport, but it's as good as I'm gonna get. That's one of the harder ones that I've ever had to get. I've still got to go to Panama. I've got now an appointment in Panama to get maybe a stamp in the actual passport. That involved an overnight locked up in an immigration camp, and also involved the presence and go ahead from a general of the Panamanian army. Holy, but I'm free now and I'm in Panama. See you in Panama City. Hi, it's like a week later. When I went into the migration office in Panama on Monday, it was closed because of some strange holiday. On Tuesday I went back in and they said I was going to have to pay a $1,000 fine for irregular entry into the country. But they let me write a handwritten letter to the director of migration, a woman. They gave me her name and they sent it to her. Then I've been hanging out in Panama all week. Today's Friday. I went back in today, this morning. They told me to come back at 1. I went back at 1 and had this very long 2 legal page document from the minister woman, which I think is gonna get me into Costa Rica, fingers crossed. I don't know what else, but I didn't get fined. So hopefully that's the epilogue, and hopefully I'm gonna get into Costa Rica. I'm on the way to David right now, and I'm looking forward to getting out of Panama. This horse has no name. We've just come through the desert together. It didn't rain at all. It didn't rain.